Here are 8 unique side hustles that you can start in 2025 for less than $1,000 right alongside your day job, or you can grow to the point where it becomes your main line of work. And stick around because I think that side hustle number 5 and side hustle number 8 are really gonna take off this year. Hey friends, I'm Sav and I've started and sold 2 businesses, and I currently own a marketing and consulting agency for contractors. So even though I can't personally jump into all these ideas I have, right? Because being an entrepreneur, you always think of new ideas and side hustles. I thought, let me start this YouTube channel and share all these great ideas with you. I love to scratch this itch by digging into these ideas, doing necessary research, and then making these videos so that someone out there could go and run with these ideas and hopefully turn it into something huge. With all that being said, here's unique side hustle number 1, a pizza oven rental business. Here's how it works. You buy a good quality outdoor pizza oven, either propane or wood fired, and you simply rent it out for events. You deliver it, you set it up, and then the next day you go pick it up. These pizza ovens are an absolute hit at birthday parties, weddings, corporate events, or any other outdoor event. They're also for people who are looking to buy a pizza oven but don't want to make that investment without knowing what it's like first. So you fill that gap for them, right? They want to rent it out, test it out, and then if they like it, then they'll go buy one for themselves. People absolutely love the experience, but they don't necessarily love dropping the $1,000 or $2,000 it takes to buy one of these good quality ovens. So that's where you come in. You can easily rent out these ovens for anywhere between $200 to $300 an evening, especially on weekends or for events. And then you could start upselling rentals like propane tanks, pizza peels, pizza cutters. You can even go as far as renting out chairs and tables for the events. Then you're easily looking at between $300 to $500 an evening for all these rentals. And if you rent it out just twice a week, you're already looking at an extra $2,000 to $3,000 in your pocket every single month alongside your job. Just think about that potential. So to get started, you'll obviously need the oven itself. Companies like Gauzy sell really high quality outdoor pizza ovens for anywhere between $500 to $1,500 for one oven, but they're extremely high quality. I own one myself, and I'll leave a link to that oven specifically in the description below. If you choose to make those upsells, you'll have to buy all those upsells I mentioned earlier, like chairs, tables, pizza peel, pizza cutters, cutting boards, all that good stuff. And if you decide to go with a really big oven, you're probably gonna need a trailer to deliver that, or a bigger truck. And that's essentially your startup cost. It's not crazy to spend less than $1,000 to start this side hustle up. So to get your first couple clients, I would obviously start asking your close group of friends and family if they would be interested in renting the pizza oven from you. Then I would move on to local Facebook groups. These would be very, very effective for unique services like this. I would also look to build some partnership with event planners, wedding planners, and other neighborhood apps. I would also try out Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist if it's popular in your area. And the beauty about this service is that word of mouth spreads like wildfire, because people at the events will naturally talk about this pizza oven and want to know where the host got it, and they're just going to refer your business to them. So word of mouth really spreads like wildfire in this business. And if you really want to get it kickstarted, host your own event at your house, take a ton of pictures so you have social media content and you're much more prepared to post things online and show just what your oven can do. This service works really, really well because people love this oven, but they don't always love the hassle of cleaning it or purchasing it for themselves, or they might not even have the room to store it. So by you owning this oven, you fill that gap for them. If they want to host an awesome event, they know that they need your oven and they're going to call you whenever that time comes. Or like I said, it's great for people who just want to test out an oven before making that big investment in buying one. So you also fill that gap for them. So you're targeting 2 markets at once with one unique side hustle. And as your side hustle evolves and grows, maybe you expand into different types of ovens, right? That's where you can buy one propane, one wood and fire. And if it's really booming, you buy a couple of each. And then when you feel that these pizza ovens have gotten enough usage, you sell them on Marketplace and you buy a new one, and you keep the cycle going. Unique side hustle number 2, yard space rental via the Neighbor app. Imagine making anywhere between $200 to $500 a month extra just by letting people park their vehicles in your yard. That's the simplicity of the Neighborhood app. This side hustle is about renting out your unused outdoor space, like you think about your yard, your driveways, a piece of lot that you might own. It's like an Airbnb for vacant lots. You list your lot on neighbor.com and you wait for people to message you and ask if they could use that lot to leave one of their vehicles or anything they need to store on that lot. And then it's up to you to approve whether or not you want to accept that vehicle, that item, that storage unit on your lot. People tend to use this service to store RVs, boats, cars, trucks, or anything that they have to store because they have no more room at their place. You're basically offering a cheaper, easier storage than a traditional facility. So to get clients, I would just start posting on neighbor.com. It's built for that, right? Like I said, it's the Airbnb for vacant spaces, but I wouldn't just stop there. I would probably post on Facebook local groups as well, because these kind of posts don't happen often. So it'd be very, very unique for people. And because it's so unique, you might gauge a ton of interest. I'd probably also throw it up on Facebook Marketplace just to see if there's any tire kickers and see what happens there. The best part about this, once you get one paying client and they're good, they're loyal, it's like a loyal tenant. They're gonna pay you month over month and they're gonna keep their stuff stored there for as long as they need to. So this side hustle becomes extremely passive once you get the right renter. Stacy Spare is a prime example. She made over $74,000 just by renting out a part of her yard. She really didn't build anything fancy. She just posted the yard, got the right renter, and made the money start to flow in. You can charge anywhere between $90 to $250 a month depending on the amount of space that you have on your lot and what you're storing. The security of the lot also plays a huge factor in the price. If you got cameras, a fence, then you can really start to up those prices. So let's say you got a little lot, you got 3 spaces, you rent out each space at $150 a month. That's $450 a month of passive income. Now you got a bigger space, that's more money, and it's all passive income, like I mentioned earlier, which is what makes this side hustle very unique and very interesting. You don't need any tools or skills to start this side hustle. All you need is a space and a way to communicate with the renters. And neighbor.com handles most of the logistics. Unique side hustle number 3, mobile car detailing business. Mobile car detailing is exactly how it sounds. You go visit your customer's home or office and you go clean their car while they're at work or while they're home. You bring all the tools and they get a spotless car without having to lift a finger. It's all about offering a premium service and a premium clean without your customers having to actually physically go somewhere themselves to get it. So this service is best suited for busy professionals, busy parents, or even rideshare drivers like from Uber and Lyft. Just anyone who really values convenience and high quality cleaning. People love the idea of getting their car clean while they're just at home or at work. I personally have someone do this for my own car, so I know that this service works. So you'll start getting your first couple clients by posting in local Facebook groups. And you'll notice that this is a recurring theme for all these side hustles. Posting in local Facebook groups, a really unique side hustle, just hits the mark like no other marketing service at first. Because people are so used to those generic services, when they see one of these unique side hustles, they immediately jump on it. So it's no different with this one. You would start by posting in Facebook groups, and I would actually target more high income zip codes for this particular service. You can also make partners with dealerships or used car vendors. I would also potentially drop off flyers at car dealerships or used car lots, maybe even some tire stores, and I would probably set myself a Google My Business profile up as well. And last but not least, list your service on Facebook Marketplace as well. This is one of those services that would perform very well on Facebook Marketplace and is extremely underrated. You can also offer local mechanics a little bit of a referral bonus for referring you anyone for this service. Detail Experts is a mobile detailing services doing this at scale across multiple cities and states. That's proof that this model works and it's not oversaturated just yet. So in terms of pricing, basic interior and exterior washes can range anywhere between $50 to $75 per wash. You can also make some upsells like clay bar treatment, engine cleaning, leather conditioning, and easily take that $50 to $75 price tag up to $150 to $250 per cleaning. You can also offer monthly subscriptions, bi-weekly subscriptions, depending on how badly people want to keep their cars clean. That adds a whole new layer to this business, which is what really gets the business rolling. So the revenue potential is pretty crazy when it comes to this kind of business. Let's say you're detailing 10 cars a week. At $100 on average, you're earning $4,000 extra every single month. And it's not crazy to do 10 cars on a weekend because it probably takes anywhere between 30 to 45 minutes to wash each car. You can bang out 10 cars in a day if you really wanted to. And because this is a mobile service, your overhead is tiny. It's really just your cleaning materials and your time. So as for tools to get started, like I mentioned earlier, you're gonna need your cleaning materials, you're gonna need a car to get around. Those cleaning materials are gonna consist of vacuums, brushes, microfiber cloths, wax, maybe a water tank, and maybe a generator if you really wanna go all in with this. This side hustle works wonders because people don't want to waste their time at a high quality car wash, waiting their turn, getting stuck in traffic, leaving their job, and going to waste time at this when they could pay a little bit more to have someone come to them and do a fantastic job. People are extremely busy nowadays, so this is an extremely beneficial service you could be offering. So here's a couple bonus tips for this specific side hustle. Like I mentioned earlier, make sure that you offer upsells to all clients, whether that's headlight restoration, leather conditioning, like I mentioned earlier, engine cleaning, even pet hair removal. This will just increase the bottom line. And since you're on the job already, it won't waste that much more time. I would also add a refer a friend bonus or incentive to all the customers that you service, as this can start spreading the word of mouth, which will help fuel the fire of your business and help you grow exponentially faster than if you weren't doing it. Guys, if you're enjoying this content so far, I ask you to please leave a like and subscribe. It really helps me grow the channel, and I would absolutely hate for you to miss out on these unique side hustles that are just cooking up in my mind. So make sure you subscribe and you don't miss content like this. I'm going to be trying to post 1 to 2 videos every single week while managing, like I said, my marketing agency. So we'll see how that goes. With that being said, unique side hustle number 4, personalized gift baskets. This one's a good one. If you're creative and you love curating gifts, you can easily turn $100 of supplies into $1,000 a month with this side hustle. Personalized gift baskets are really trending at the moment, so you want to jump on this one as quick as possible. Who would need this kind of service? Well, busy professionals, anyone who's buying a gift and is extremely thoughtful type of person, realtors, HR departments, bigger corporations, the list goes on and on. This works perfectly for personal people as personal gifts, or even, like I said, for corporate and business gifts. How would you get customers? Well, I would get customers by promoting this service on Instagram, TikTok. These are 2 really trendy platforms that you can really post some creative content on, creative reels, creative TikToks. As you build your baskets, some behind the scenes, this will get a lot of love in your local community. I have no doubt about it. I see it happening in my own community. You can also do some pop-up booths at local markets, or you can party with event planners so that they can offer your services to their clients. Baskets Galore is a great example for this unique side hustle. They've scaled their business across regions. But you'll also find a ton of solo creators on Instagram absolutely crushing it with this side hustle. So in terms of pricing, your average baskets will range anywhere between $30 to $100, depending on the contents inside, of course, and the event you're supplying it to. Depending on the event, you can include anything from snacks, skincare, drinks, wine, you name it. The margins will really depend on what kind of event and supplies you're actually putting into each basket. The revenue potential gets pretty wild with this one. If you're working with corporate events, let's say, and you're selling 10 baskets a week at $50 a basket, you're earning well over $1,500 a month, easily doing something that's fun and something that you love to do. You would probably do these baskets on the weekend, part-time, deliver them, and then get your money, and then get ready for your 9 to 5 on the Monday. So it's really a passive, fun side hustle that you can start earning a ton of income really, really quickly, because not many people are doing it. So in terms of tools and skills that you'll need for this side hustle, well, you're gonna need a good eye, right? Not everyone is cut out for this kind of side hustle. You need to understand how to curate these type of gifts. You'll have to understand your customer really well, because they're gonna want specific baskets curated for that event. You're gonna want reliable local vendors for these baskets and products that you're gonna put inside of them. That adds to the uniqueness of this product. You're gonna want a clean place to assemble and store all of your baskets, and you're gonna wanna make sure you know how to present these baskets to your customers. This side hustle works really, really well because most people hate shopping for gifts, hate wasting time on that, especially if you're talking about business owners. They just don't have time for it. Your basket becomes their easy button, and the best part about it is that it's fully personalized and fully customized to what your customer really, really wants. It's a product that not only solves a problem, but makes it extremely convenient for your clients as well. Here's a quick bonus tip for this side hustle. Themed baskets work like wildfire in those specific times of the year. So let's say, for example, it's Halloween coming up. You want to create a curated basket specifically for Halloween. Or an even better idea, so you don't have to wait for specific events, you can create movie theme night baskets. So if someone wants to have a movie night with their family, they buy 4 baskets, and that could be equipped with popcorn, snacks, maybe even an old-fashioned DVD rental, anything that you could curate for that specific evening. Those theme baskets can work really, really well. This is a really creative side hustle that will really sell itself. And if your presentation and social media pops, people will buy. It's as simple as that. Unique side hustle number 5, subscription-based closet organization. Hear me out on this one. This one's a fun one. You simply help your clients organize their closets on a subscription basis. People are messy and things get out of hand quick, and you're here to solve that problem. You can do seasonal swaps, switching the wardrobe from winter clothes to summer clothes and vice versa. You can also just go back quarterly and make sure that all the organization is in place in the home. This business model really feeds into type A personality people like myself who just love everything organized and in place. You really scratch that itch. So who would need this kind of service? Well, first and foremost, busy professionals, fashion forward thinkers who want to constantly refresh their wardrobe, minimalist people who just want to declutter their home and get organized as quickly as possible and as consistently as possible. And this would also potentially work with new parents who are just overwhelmed with the time it takes to raise a baby and they just really want to get organized. These people are all looking for someone to take the mental load off their plate. To get clients, I would start by partnering with local stylists, posting on Instagram and TikTok, showing a cluttered closet and then organizing it. I would probably start with your own closet at first. It's extremely satisfying to watch those videos and you'll garner a lot of interest. Then I would move into, just like all the other services, posting in local Facebook groups. That could work really, really well for this service because like all the other ones, they're extremely unique and not everyone's posting about them. And I can guarantee you there's at least 15 to 50 people in your local city right now with extremely cluttered closets looking for that service. You can also target real estate agents, moving companies, relocation companies. All of those companies are aligned with the same clients that you service. Style My Wardrobe in Toronto is already doing a similar variation of this service and is absolutely crushing it. They have clients on a quarterly subscription basis. So that's proof that this service works on a recurring basis, not just as a one-time thing. In terms of pricing, you can charge around $80 to $100 a month for quarterly closet check-ins and organization, or upwards of $300 for full season overhauls that might take you a full day to do. If you tack on virtual styling or actually going out and being like a personal shopper for people who want their wardrobe revamped, then you're really starting to take yourself into another level when it comes to upselling. So in terms of revenue potential, 10 clients at $100 a month puts you at $1,000 recurring revenue. And it's not too difficult to get those 10 clients. That's the beauty of subscription services. And the best part about this, you're only visiting them quarterly, but they're paying you monthly to kind of break down that pricing a little bit. And you're not chasing new clients every week. You have that $1,000 coming in month over month. And if you do a really good job, I have no doubt they're gonna refer their friends because the type of person who's gonna use this kind of service knows other people who will use this kind of service, no doubt. So tools or skills needed to start this service. Luckily, it's not much at all. You're gonna really need to know how to be an organized person. So like I say, this really fits well with type A type of people. You're gonna want a few simple supplies and tools like bins, hangers, maybe even a rolling rack. I would also look into some scheduling softwares, basic scheduling softwares like Google Calendars or Calendly to help you stay organized and keep your clients informed and remind them when you're coming for a visit. This business works extremely well because people are just overwhelmed by the clutters in their home, the clutters in their closet. So this helps take that load off their back and leaving them with that sense of happiness and, sense that everything's okay once you're gone. It also taps into that new minimalism trend that we seem to be in where people want less, but they want better. Here's a bonus tip for this unique side hustle. You can upsell people a personal shopping list every single quarter if you're into the fashion side of things. Clients really appreciate the guidance and you can potentially even earn affiliate income with those items that you refer. In my opinion, this is one of the most unique, low cost, high retention side hustles that you can start in 2025, and I see huge potential for this year. Unique side hustle number 6, Airbnb Guest Experience Enhancer. So this service is very simple. You offer guest experiences for Airbnb hosts that are not able to be there or just don't have the time to offer this. What this side hustle would consist of is essentially offering welcome kits to guests of those Airbnbs. You can also be a local tour guide. If the Airbnb rental property is in a really touristic area, you can offer a 1-hour tour by foot and show people around. You can also offer additional things like restocking snacks and toiletries. You essentially handle all the details that make the guests feel special. It's a mix of concierge and being a local guide, essentially. This is an essential and unique service for Airbnb hosts who live out of town, who want to really enhance their guests' experience and want to get more 5-star reviews. For Airbnb hosts who have multiple listings in highly touristic areas. Really useful for Airbnb hosts who run things remotely and are not able to have boots on the ground. So to get clients, once again, post in local Facebook groups, post in local Airbnb groups, that's a unique one. You can DM hosts directly through Airbnb or through Facebook groups or Instagram DMs. You can also make partnerships with vacation rental property managers. Cold emailing your hosts in your city could potentially work as well, although that one's a little bit more difficult. In terms of pricing, you can charge $30 to $75 per welcome kit, depending on what's inside, of course. And for themed 90-minute tours, you can charge anywhere between $100 to $200 per tour. It's really all about perceived value and how you brand yourself. With, let's say, just 20 welcome kits per month and 8 tours at $100, you're earning well over $1,500 a month doing something extremely simple. That's part-time hours, full-time flexibility, and great side income. So the tools and skills you're gonna need for this service, well, you're gonna need to know your city very, very well, and you're going to wanna know how to curate gifts very well. This service works great because Airbnb hosts are constantly hunting 5-star reviews, and there's nothing that will get you a 5-star review more than this kind of service. Plain and simple. You solve that problem for them and you help their listing stand out. If you do a really good job, you might actually be the highlight of the review. And I wanna keep it very, very clear. You're not replacing property managers, you're not replacing cleaners, you're just giving that property that wow factor. This is that kind of side hustle that if you know your market really well, it turns that local knowledge into cold hard cash. Unique side hustle number 7, driveway pressure washing. And I know this one's not that unique, but I really want to hone in on the opportunity with this side hustle. You're essentially offering pressure washing services for driveways, for sidewalks, and for patios. Every house with a car has a driveway, or I should say most houses have a driveway, and every driveway gets dirty. Therefore, every homeowner that cares about their driveway needs your services, because most homeowners don't actually own a pressure washer or have the time to do this. That's where your service comes in. The best people to offer this service to, like I said earlier, is homeowners. It could also be landlords and realtors. Anyone who really wants their property looking clean and sharp. To get clients, I would really start simple with this one as well. Start posting on local Facebook groups. This service might get a little bit more Facebook group postings as it's not completely unique, but I think it could still work really well locally. I would also create an Instagram and TikTok where you would post unique before and after videos of your service. It's extremely satisfying for people to watch and it really gets your business out there. I would also make a really cool offer like $20 off your first driveway cleaning, and then potentially go into some sort of subscription-based cleaning and follow up with these past clients every single season so you stay front of mind and you're getting recurring clients so you don't start from scratch every season. You really want to focus on building your portfolio with this service. One example of a company absolutely crushing it with this service is Clean Pro in Missouri. They do residential and commercial properties and are crushing it right now. They started small and then they scaled up with trucks and crews, and now they're just doing several jobs a day. Not saying you have to get there, but this is a great example to show you the potential of this business and how it's not crazy for you to get a couple clients a month and earn a good amount of side income. In terms of pricing, you can charge a driveway pressure wash anywhere between $80 to $150 per pressure washing. And you could offer some significant upsells as well, like sidewalk cleaning, patio cleaning for an additional fee. You're looking at anywhere between $150 to $250 per house, and each job might take you anywhere from an hour to an hour and a half, which is really good bang for your buck. Let's say you do 10 jobs a month, that's $1,000 to $2,000 extra a month in your pocket. And this could really scale quickly if you start to hire students or people who love spending time outside and doing this kind of work. Tools and skills that you're gonna need for this service. Well, you're gonna need a pressure washer, of course, and you can expect to spend between $300 to $500 to get a good one. You're gonna want a surface cleaner attachment, a hose, and maybe a water tank if you're doing bigger commercial jobs. In terms of skill-wise, I would just practice on your friends' homes, your family's homes, your home before you go out, and then by that point, you'll have enough knowledge to get your first customer. Guys, I also created a list down below in the description to find all these tools for all these side hustles so you can easily get started and run with one today. I did all the preliminary research for you, so just click the link down below in the description and find all the tools you need to get started with these side hustles. So why this business works? Well, obviously most people want to get their driveway cleaned, but they don't have the resources, the tools to get it done, nor do they have the time. So that's where you come in, you clean the driveway and you get paid. Last but not least, a bonus tip for this service, I would offer a curb appeal cleanup package where you can, offer the sidewalk, the patio, the driveway, maybe the staircase going up to the home, all in one package to try to maximize the amount of money you make per home. You can also do small upsells like garbage bin cleaning, recycling bin cleaning, which people don't necessarily think about calling to get that service done. But if you're there asking them and they've already paid you for the other services and you're already working on their home, they're more than likely to say yes for an additional $30, $40. There's simple add-ons and you're using the same equipment and you're already there. And last but not least, unique side hustle number 8, a pet taxi service. This is probably the most fun service of all. You're simply a pet taxi. You essentially drive pets to vet appointments, grooming appointments, or daycare when their owners can't be there to do so. Think of it like Uber or Lyft for cats and dogs. How great is that? Your core customers are gonna be elderly people, busy professionals, which seems to be getting a lot of love in this video, non-drivers, or even disabled folks. Anyone who truly loves their pet but can't handle the logistics behind it. The best part about this, once you do a great job once, you're their go-to, because once someone trusts you with their pet, they'll only trust you with their pet. So how would I get customers for this service? Well, first and foremost, the classic posting on local Facebook groups. This is a unique service, and I have no doubt you're gonna gauge some traction from that post. I would also try to partner with local veterinarians to try to be that shuttle taxi service between their customers and them. This service is gonna be a little bit harder to run part-time alongside your day job, but I do think it's possible. So an example of a company crushing at doing this is Fetch Pet Care, who offers pet taxi services in several cities. But you can absolutely do this solo and locally, offering a very curated and unique experience. So the way the pricing would work would obviously depend on the distance you're driving the pet, but I believe you can make anywhere between $25 to $50 per trip easily. You can also charge a little bit more for being on call, let's say, if it's an emergency, and people are happy to pay this, especially if they trust you, because they're paying for peace of mind. The revenue potential is pretty great. If you do 3 trips a day at $30, which is on the low end of the price tag, you're looking at over $2,000 a month for just driving those little bundles of joy to their vet appointment and back home. It's like subscription based, but it's not. For example, some dogs who need to be groomed monthly, they're more than likely to gonna call you every single month to bring their dogs to the groomer. So you can tack in some sort of subscription component with this business. The tools you need to start this business. Well, obviously you're gonna need a car with the right equipment inside the car to deliver the pet to the appropriate appointment. And of course, you're gonna need to love animals and have the confidence in handling them yourself. This business works really, really well because it's an extremely high trust business. Like I mentioned earlier, once somebody trusts you with their pet, you're in, and you're in for the long haul. And with the rise of pet ownership and people going back into the office, this is the perfect service to offer. Here's a bonus tip to earn even more income from this side hustle. You can offer some sort of ride and report where you're sending live pictures of their pet to the owners to make sure that they're fully aware of what's going on and they really feel confident with your service. That can be an additional upcharge as well. It's a premium service for people who treat their pets like family, and you have a unique opportunity in 2025 to turn this into a huge money-making business. Well guys, thank you so much for sticking around and listening to this video. I hope that I was able to fuel your brain with ideas, and hopefully one of you will at least take advantage of one of these ideas and start one of these 8 unique side hustles and start to crush it in your local area. Like I mentioned earlier, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any other videos like this one, and I'll catch you in the next one.